An icon meets its descendant. Bonjour mes amis, hi guys. Today we compare to Patek Philippe Calatrava, the original, the reference 96, with the later version, my watch, the 5296R for rose gold with a sector dial. The original we have here is a reference 96 in yellow gold with the black dial, dolphin hands, and the trapezoidal indices as designed by David Penny in 1932. And the watch is the property of our longer collector friend Roger. So the original 30.5, it grew to 38 millimeters in my version. But some elements are still very much the same. The elements that made the original a success in 1932 for an ailing Patek Philippe, which was taken over by its dial maker, Stern Frère, yes, the Stern family. And they needed a hit. Up to then, wristwatches were not really what people wanted, and this kind of changed everything. And it was produced for 40 years, so David Penny was in charge of the design, and very much inspired by the German designs of the Bauhaus school. So my watch is automatic with the date and the central seconds. The original was manual wind, so you can see the crown is actually larger than on the 5296. Now you can see big part of the design is those integrated lugs. Lugs up to then were an afterthought, welded on cases of pocket watches, and they are absolutely part of the design, the way they taper, turn down. The crown later on got the Calatrava cross. I believe in the beginning they were not called Calatrava, but the Calatrava had been trademarked by Patek Philippe already in 1932. So this reference 96, what you have to really observe is the purity of the design of the dial. The way it winds, by the way, it's very much like a pocket watch. There's a strong feel, strong click to it. Dolphin hands, trapezoidal indices, and a sunken-in sub-dial are part of the dial design. Very subtle, and you can see the moniker here, Patek Philippe. The original ones would have still Patek Philippe et Compagnie. This one is a slightly later year. You can see a railroad track on the main dial and on the sub-dial. Some of these would get even an enamel railroad track. I don't believe that's what we have here. You can see all the elements, and the watch actually comes with an extract of the archives that Roger asked from Patek, extrait des registres, and the caliber is 12-120, so 12 lignes, 12 lines, which replaced the original caliber, which was Jaeger-LeCoultre, of course, the watchmaker. But a couple of years after the introduction of the watch, Patek Philippe got their own in-house movement. Always good to get your extract from the registers of Patek Philippe with your watch. So there you go. The watch grew, but the idea behind the design stayed. Of course, on mine you have this sector dial, which is a bit more extravagant. There's another version which is more simple and then more comparable. On the wrist, this watch still, because of the great proportions, the great design, still wears beautifully. And surely in some parts of New York, this would be a queen among the hipster crowd. For me, I really enjoy the modern version, the 5296. So slim and eye-catching because of the dial. It can't be mistaken for anything else, and I often get the nod for this watch from watch collectors more than anything else. But what a delight to compare it with this original, with an unusual, actually, black dial when it was introduced. It was not something very commonly seen back then. You have to put yourself back in the 30s, and this is what we were able to do today, thanks to Roger. So thank you for bringing your watch side by side. Guys, tell me which one do you love, or do you love both? You gotta have both. It's great to be able to see them together. Bye bye, guys. Thank you for watching.